Do all right. So, hi Darren. Um, so set your alerts. That's all I can say. So today closed above this high. So you can either set this as an alert, or when I go down to the 4 hour, look, this is not even an alert anymore at this point. Um, so, and I don't know if you saw me do that on the call. So yesterday there was this break of structure, this 4 hour breakup. I mean, this daily break of structure. So whenever you have a candle close above a high or a low, it's a break of structure or a market structure shift. So this is a break of structure. An order block is a break of structure. So when I went down to the 4 hour, this was structure here, right? So price, pull back and pushed up, right? You had this little pullback, but it really didn't give a strong pullback. You can still count it as a 4 hour, like from here to here and then up here. Um, so then that means this will go right here. So that would be the current structure. Um, if I go back to the daily, I'm going to erase, I'm going to delete this here. So I'm going to go back to the daily. I'm going to mark this high here. And then I'm just going to set an alert for add alert. I don't want to do it on the daily. I'm going to do it on the 4 hour. So I want an alert set per bar close. So if price comes and sweeps this high and then closes below, either way, if price come soon as a 4 hour candle hits this alert or this trend line, whether it closes above or below, it's going to alert me. So once this candle hits it, once the candle closes, it's going to alert me. That's when I get on the chart. I'm telling you, don't sit on the chart all day. Don't do it all day. Don't do it. It'll drive you crazy. So wait a minute, what time frame were you on? And let me recreate this.
Let me get my computer and see.
Because if you were sitting on here 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour, 5 hour, 6 hour, 7 hour, like all these hours, and it's just consolidating. That's why I'm adamant about marking up your swing highs and your swing lows. When all you had to do was just mark out your swing high, set an alert, and I think it's about to sell, but it's just um I think it well, let me say this. I think it's going to buy up to this zone. So I'm slowly but surely getting back to my um support and resistance because I know that it works in alignment with my um market structure. So based on market structure, price came here, 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 and shifted structure. Now, remember when I said there are two possibilities for price, um, for me, and I marked up this supply zone, and then I marked up this supply zone. If price breaks above this zone right here, then price is coming up here to this zone. And not that I necessarily need the support and resistance lines, because I know that if price breaks above this swing right here, it's going to keep buying. And this is where I would be expecting a sell from. Because remember, I was saying that price did not give me a market structure shift to right here. So that means everything from here all the way up to this point is fair game for a sell. Does that make sense? And see on the 4 hour, it didn't close below. I believe even on the 1 hour, it didn't close below. Matter of fact, I believe on the 15 minute, it didn't close below. Maybe it did. Nope, it didn't. So for me, this full move is the move from here to here is the move.
Now, when you do your support and resistance, is that just your swing high and swing low?
My support and resistance are just um they are swing highs and swing lows, but it's where price is has come and reacted. And they're not always perfect, right? So I'll draw a small line. So price came here as support, 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 bounced out and came back as resistance. Bounced out, then came back as resistance. This one is support. All this is support. I'm sorry. All this is resistance, resistance. So wherever you can see, it is, yes. Let me answer that question. Yes, where the swing highs and swing lows are. So, and I'm not sure if you've ever heard of break and retest, and that's usually what price does. It pulled back and then it broke and then it retested the zone. So where there are multiple levels of support and resistance is usually a key level that I draw up. Do I have to? No, I don't have to. But it gives you more clarity of where price is going. Support and resistance are magnets for where price is leaving and where price is going. And if you can't, like some people, when I used to try to teach it in the group, they would be looking in here like, oh, here's a little support and resistance here. I always, I don't do the middle part. So yeah, if it's in the middle, if you have to squint your eyes to see it, then that's not the one. I don't have to squint my eyes to see that this right here is our levels of support and resistance. Does that make sense?
It does. So pretty much you can't be trying to zoom in and find it. You really have to
No.
find it overall.
Yeah. So I personally like to now this is on the 1 hour, right? So I'm looking at it on the 1 hour. That's 162 pips from one zone to the next zone. That's more than enough. But you still have to know market structure. You still have to know just because it's at this zone doesn't mean it's going to sell back down to here, right? It just means you still need to know that this is a push up, this was a little pullback, this is a push up. So price would have to shift structure, pull back, and then sell down. if you're going to trade it. If you're going to trade from one zone to the next, you still have to know market structure. Market structure is everything. So if price pushes, if price gives me this here, right? And then pulls back in and breaks this low, then I'm expecting to sell it from here to back here. Now, when I mark up my zones, when I'm telling you, if you try it out. It always pulls back to the zone and then but I'm going to always look for my support and my supply and demand in the zone, in this zone here. So when you trade from one zone to the next, that's how I do it. So with that being said, um I'm gonna move this up right here. Set your alerts. I'm telling you, I'm telling you, I'm telling. Oh no, hold on. I don't want to do that. I'm going to delete this one. And then I'm going to do this. So if, so right now, this is the structure. Now, if price comes up this way, there is a high that it might come sweep out and then pull back. Then you'll be looking for the sell down to there. And because we know about market structure, if price closes above this high, it might just wick. It might just wick above this high and then sell down and then um, start selling back down. If it closes above this high, then we're looking for the pullback to continue buying. Same thing as we've been going over. Same thing. I just added the levels of support and resistance um, to my chart. Now, when I was doing support and resistance, I would only mark it up on the daily. This right here is the same thing. It's much cleaner. It's much clearer, right? And then I just make a small thin line, on the areas, this area, this area, this area, this area. Because when you go down in time frame, it's going to get bigger. That zone is going to get bigger. As you can see, it's getting bigger, bigger, bigger. So I just draw a small, but I don't draw a line. I don't like the line because the line is never, unless you're doing quarter levels. And if Terry was in here, Terry would love to teach y'all quarter levels. Terry is very precise and always on point with quarter levels. But that's a whole nother, I'll get him in here one day to teach quarter levels. Oops. Um, and yes, you don't have to have a ton of them on your chart, right? And like Christina was asking, are they they're your swing highs, your swing lows, and your breaks of structure. This was a swing high, this was a swing low, this is now the break of structure, and this was now your swing high. This is your swing low, this is your swing high, this was your break of structure. So It's always the same thing, that same way we mark it up. It's that's it. Swing high, swing lows, and breaks the structure. And they are breaks of structure, swing highs, and swing lows because that is generally the price on this pair where price reacts. So if I just drew this line right here, say I just drew this here, right? And we're just looking at here. But if I went back, you will see it has always been a level of support and resistance. A level, well, okay, let's just say ever since 2016, okay? Always been a level of support. Come out, stop, go through, pull back, pull back. This broke through, this stopped here, stopped, pulled back to, it pulled back, it pulled back. And it's not going to always touch the zone. And that's why I generally like to just draw a zone based off of market structure, based off of my market structure. Um, of where we are now. So now when I go down in time frame, it's just there. And it just tells me, hey, we're going to be stopping right here for something, whether it's to continue going or whether it's to shift structure and go the opposite direction.
Do you set alerts at your support and resistance?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So if I'm, so say price broke out here, right? Broke out. Soon as that broke out, I would set this little alert here, right at the top of it. I would set it right there. Soon as price come back, gives me I generally look for an order block, but I still want to see the break, just like we trade. Once it pulls back, I want to see it break this high, right? This was a high. It pulled back to my zone. I want to see it break the high. I got an order block. Soon as this broke, I would have said, okay, let's put our limit there. I would have covered this little low over here. Um, and then I would have just took my TP at the top of this zone, at the bottom of this zone. What's that? 154 pips. And when I say the easiest thing to do, I'm teaching you, I could not teach this first. Okay. I could not teach this first because you have to know market structure. You have to know that once price breaks out, pulls back, and then gives you a break of structure, you have to know that structure. You have to know that first. Because there's a guy on YouTube who, as soon as price gets here, he puts in a sell. Soon as price bounce here, he puts in a buy. But he's in hedges. I mean, 100 hedges all the time, which is horrible. That's a horrible way to trade. But he trades from one zone to the next. But soon as he trades support and resistance. Soon as he gets to support, he's buying. If it gets to resistance, he's selling. He doesn't care nothing about structure, which is horrible. I can't. I just no. Nope, nope, nope. So, with that being said, I say try it. You'll see it on my screen. Anytime you see these black zones on my chart, that's what it is. I mark up my green as my demand zone. I mark up my supply zone as red. So whenever you're looking at my chart, if you ever see in my chart, you know.
Now I gotta try that and then set my alerts. Is there a certain time frame you set your alerts for support and resistance? Like on the 4 hour or 1 hour?
Um, Usually I just set this one here, and it's just whenever it touches. Whenever,
Okay.
yeah, this one doesn't have a time frame on it. But once price gets there, right? So say this right here pulled back, right? Structure. And let me delete this. And I'm looking at structure, right? And I'm marking up the same way I would normally do. This is my swing high. This is my break of structure. And let me see what it looks like on the 1 hour. Because, yep. So once I saw that wick, that would have been my low, my swing low. And then once this broke past it, once this closed, this would have been my swing low, my new swing low. And then once price broke above that swing high, right? Once price broke above that swing high, that 15-minute swing high, I would have been looking for my, so I would have a zone here, a demand zone here, and then there's also one here. So once price pulled in and it was rejecting and doesn't look like it's going further down, of course, I would have just put it. Let's see how many pips this is. How many did I say? I was think it's like 30 something. Oh, it's not even 30. Below this low, it was 26 pips. So you can round it to 30. But once you got your shift in structure, right? You can mark up the zone. You can mark up the zone. You can look for your demand zone to get a cleaner entry. You have to remember you have to cover the low, your swing low, you have to cover that. So, um, and then you just take it up to your next zone. Any questions on that? No, 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 no.
No
So,
question. I feel like I might have one once I try to mark a support and resistance up, but I think I might be all right.
I think you're going to.
so those greens you marked was like the mini, I guess, demand zone
The
for the
green,
up.
the,
Yeah, the greens are demand zone, right? That you marked up, basically. I just want to clarify. I
yep.
think.
I
All
marked
right.
up on the 15-minute. This one here,
hmm
and then this one here.
And this is basically what you're doing is when you go to 15 to mark up those like that in that moment of demand zone. Would
Yeah.
you say that's going that low on the time frame? Is that basically what we do to find entries?
That
Just
is
want to
what
clarify on that.
once I get a break of structure, right?
Okay.
Or a market structure shift,
hmm
I look for the demand zone on my higher time frame, and then I go down in time frame to narrow it down.
Okay.
Yep.
So when you see that on the
I have a
daily or
question.
like, sorry, the go ahead, go ahead. You go ahead.
What's the question? Who is asking?
Oh no, I
Yeah,
was go ahead.
the question the question is how do we get to know like a valid demand and a supply zone? What are the characteristics we need to see to know a valid demand and a supply zone?
So for me,
Thank you.
for me,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
I'm looking for, and let me just go to a higher time frame. Um, so for instance, it's you if you know your structure, right?
yeah,
Right? You want it to
yeah.
come back to the an A plus setup. I personally
Yeah.
look for the last down candle before the up move. Whether that's
Okay.
whether that's an order block, because an order block is a bearish candle and then a bullish candle, or a
Yeah.
bullish candle and then a bearish candle, right?
Understand. Yeah.
So I look for the last down candle before the up move. So once price breaks structure, it has to break the structure first. And not, I'm not talking about this structure. I'm not talking about these internal structures. This one, it has to break your swing high, pull back. And I look for
Yeah.
that candle to pull back to, you can either take it up to pull back to take it up to the high. That's perfectly fine because if price is going to turn around, it's likely going to come up here, either create double tops,
Yeah.
then maybe sell. If it's going to
Yeah.
keep going, it's going to keep going. If you want to trail it, so say I had this candle here, and then I had this bullish candle here, and then I had this bullish candle here, and I'm like,
Okay.
oh, I have a ton of bullish candles. There are a ton of imbalances, so price is likely not going to start selling unless there's some crazy news
Yeah.
that just throws the market off real bad. So you can either take your profit here, or once price is giving you all these bullish candles, right? You can just trail your, so say your stop loss is here initially, and then you get this pullback and then this bullish candle. So then you move your stop loss maybe right here. And then you get another bullish candle. So you're like, okay, let me move my stop loss right here. And at this point, it's a risk-free trade, right? So even if price did knock you out, you're going to get stopped out in profit. So then say you got another daily bullish candle. So you can just move up behind these bullish candles, and you can move up as far as you want. It doesn't matter. And then so you get another bullish candle and you're like, okay, 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 bullish candle. And then you keep getting all these bullish candles, and then you just move, you can trail. Now once
Wow.
once you see this right here with no wick,
Yeah.
you know at some point it's going to come down and give this candle a wick, like feel this. So if you had put it up here, then you went from what was 325 pips to stopped out to 395 pips. So
Wow.
that is how I look for, as soon as I get a break of a high, a swing high or swing low, I and let's see, I'm sure that's probably the 78 or the 88. You see right here, 78, and that's the 88. It didn't tap the 88, but it did tap the 78. That's
Mm.
that's all I do. That's that's all I look for. Once I get that
Wow.
break of structure, I'm looking for
Yeah.
um I can mark this up and then take it to the high.
Yeah. The other block is same thing as a demand zone, right? Demand and supply zone, right?
Yes.
Like the so the price of the block. Okay, thank you very much.
Yes. And so even for like the down like a sell move, right? So we had this push up. Now it didn't break this, right? And then this push back, and then this broke this low, right? So I can either look for price to pull back here, or I can look for price to pull back here. And you see it pulled back there and sold. That makes sense, Donimus?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay,
thank you very much.
you're
Could
welcome.
you clarify that last bit again? The last part you just did.
What the two options?
Yeah. These, yeah.
So you had this push down and
Mm-hmm.
then this pull back up, right?
Yeah.
It didn't pull back to this zone,
No.
but then price shifted a little internal structure because price broke that internal structure. And then it gave you a supply zone, right? So it gave you this supply zone and then this supply zone. Now, the only thing with this supply zone is that it doesn't have it does not have a imbalance in there anywhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
This one right here has already been tapped into. So, but even if I wasn't seeing all of that, I just know I have two options. So even if I was just looking at when price pulled back here and I went down to a lower time frame, okay? Where was it? Right here. And say I went down to this lower time frame. And let me see if I can get it on the 15-minute. Because I can see that there is this, you see in here on 15-minute, you'll see it even clearer. There was a break of structure here. There was this swing low and swing high, right? Once price broke, that would have been a sign that price is likely
I'm
going
gonna sell.
to move in the opposite, continue to sell from this zone. So once this price broke, this would have been that would have been my supply zone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Order block.
Yep.
So you can set this here. And I would have definitely I always round up 20, 30, whatever you're comfortable with rounding up to. And then I would have taken, let's go back to the 4 hour. And then I would have sold it down to this this last low. Since this was the break, this was your swing low
Mm-hmm.
here. Once it pulled back, you take it to the last low, the last.
Yeah, which is that down there, the last one.
Yep, 117 pips.
Okay. But I have a question. The last low, wouldn't it be a little bit lower that line, right? We're the one a little bit to your left.
Oh yeah, my bad.
Yeah, wouldn't it be?
All right,
Yeah, it wouldn't be. Okay,
right
I was
here.
gonna say it should be there. Yeah, the line should be right there.
Yeah, yeah.
There you go. So you take price to down there. That makes sense.
Down
Okay.
here, and then it
Yeah, that
starts
makes sense.
pulling back. Yep.
Okay. So in a sense, see how you put also the understand. I guess I think you put the fib on the other side, but it's similar to what you did earlier. So once the price bounced back to like I guess that area of the green zone, and
Mm-hmm.
then shot back down, would
Mm-hmm.
you have like fibbed that one or
This
like
this
beforehand? Like
here,
beforehand? Not there, not there. No,
this
I
one
was saying
here,
yeah, you could have fibbed something like that, or no, no. What I meant was like not that area, but the area where it went down to where the ceiling glow was.
right, right, right,
Before that, could you have fibbed that? I guess I don't know how to draw it, but I was trying to say, could you have
right
fibbed
here.
that? No, what I wish I could draw it. Like, is there any way I can like point it
Tell me
out
to move to the left or the right.
to the right,
Move
and
over.
then more and more and more, and then more and more, and then right around there down towards like that swing low, like that area. Could you have fibbed not the consolidation, but the area before that, that swing low, and
Right
then that was
here, or this
yeah.
one right here, or you
I was
mean?
gonna say here, yeah. Could you have fibbed that to see where it would go and then
Mm,
start to sell, or no? It will be a good place to fib in this situation.
no,
That's what I'm trying to
because
figure out.
price is going bearish.
Yeah, it's a bearish structure. I see
Yeah,
that.
yeah, and I
It's
think I pretty much marked it up from the
even there. Yeah, I can see that's
daily.
clear bearish. That's clear bearish structure. Okay,
Yeah.
so it'd be okay. So it'd be there. I see. Okay, I see what you're talking about. Because I was trying to see a pattern here that most of the time, whenever
Now,
you,
I'm not gonna lie. I would have marked it from here, and the
yeah,
reason
see
why I say
that
that,
makes sense. I
the
would have said
reason,
that.
yeah, the reason why I say that is because this was the first initial um break or shift. So I would have been looking for price to come anywhere, like I said, anywhere between here, this high, and wherever the break occurred. So that's what I would have fibbed.
Okay,
And
and then
once
from
it pulled back to here, but I can see there are clearly two supply zones, one here,
mhm,
one here. Like I said, this one doesn't have an imbalance in there. This little order block that had an imbalance was mitigated by this right here,
mhm,
right? And then sold. So now I can mark up these two, go down to a lower time frame and look for a market structure shift.
I see. Okay. So in that situation, if it had gone to say the golden zone 5061, would you have considered a sell there? Like if the price went up, or would you have waited till 78 for confirmation? In a
Because
sense.
I don't look for 50% 618.
Yeah, I was gonna say okay.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
I'm generally looking for a 78 pullback. Um, but like I said, because there is a zone here,
Yeah, I see that
I
one.
don't. That's, I'm aware of that. Like I know that everything is not going to come to, and the fact that it did come to, well, depending on how I mark it up, right here, price did not come to the 50%
Yeah,
or the 618 or the 78 or 88, right? It
not
came
this situation. No.
38, 23, 38. Now,
Yeah, yeah, Miss Scheme, what are you looking at on this pair, like GBP USD? Is it going to sell or is it buy market?
you mean right now?
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Let me see. I marked mine up too.
it is, hold on. Well, we're looking for a sell.
Yeah,
So
I was gonna say
looking for the sell, yeah.
it's still in the 78 88 area. So
So the same
on
as
the
that is it's just the same as this was over here, right? Um, let me reset my chart. So we have structure, right? Now, for me, price did not close below this low until right here. So everything from here to this close below is
Yeah.
is game for the sell.
Okay.
Now, the reason why I'm looking for a sell is because it's one inside of this supply zone.
supply.
Yeah.
Two is at one of my key levels right here, this black zone right here.
Yeah.
And you might not have been, I don't know if you were on the call when I was talking about it earlier. I still mark up my levels of support and resistance.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just extra confluence for me. So I'm waiting for price to did it do it yet? Okay, it did. Let's see what this is. The high is 35852, 35854. So Christina was talking about this sweeping this high, and this
Yeah.
candle just swept this high.
Yeah.
So is it going to sweep and then start selling from my zone? If it is, I need to start looking for a market structure shift. So I need to start looking for a market structure shift
Yeah.
to pull back into and then start selling. Since we are looking for price to sell. This is the swing high of, so it's either going to sweep this high at some point, or this is it. This is the sweep, and maybe it'll sell. So we don't know yet. Currently it's still bullish, right? We're here, and we're here.
Yeah.
And internally, there's not
It's very.
there's no internally. There's nothing, there's no pullbacks going, pullbacks going, pullbacks. There's nothing in there. So we just have to wait for price to show us what it wants to do. Now, this probably won't, I won't say that it won't make a move during Asian session, but 9 times out of 10, this is probably going to go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Um, until
Yeah.
maybe the London session.
I was gonna say, Kim, I think like Todd told us before, wouldn't that area you just marked that whole green be imbalance? I was gonna say, like
Which one?
those like multiple green candles, wouldn't the price
Right
go back?
here.
Yeah, wouldn't those be considered imbalance or no?
So as of now, um,
Yeah, I feel like
so
price would go bounce back to that for
let
sure.
me say, if price closes above here, if price closes above here
Mm-hmm.
and then breaks, because then this is the swing low,
Yeah,
right?
that's the swing low.
And then closes below here, a candle close, it might close in this here, it might come down here and close in this imbalance, but it shifted structure.
Yeah,
So I would be looking for the pullback to then sell it. But price has not closed above here yet. So right now, this is not structured. This is just a lot of consolidation
yeah, I see that. So in a sense, you'd still be waiting for price to come down to that area, and
because
that.
because we're in this structure.
Yeah, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Okay,
Hmm.
yeah, I see that. I know that structure in a sense. So in this, because so basically, I was just quickly one thing.
Go ahead.
When price goes back to that area we mentioned, the one just now, you said you're waiting for a pullback. It's like on like to the up, a pullback to the up, and then back to the down. Is that usually what would happen with like in this
Well,
situation?
it has to give me structure first. It has to show me
Okay, that makes sense.
some kind of structure first. So if price never close above here and it pulls back, then I'm in my mind, it's a pullback for a continuation
Yeah, it's staying down. Okay.
because this would not be the swing low. Right now, this is not the swing low.
Hmm.
If price close above this high right here, because
Yeah.
I'm looking at the internal swings, push up, we got to pull back. We got to push up, pull back, push up, pull back, and then we have this push up. So if
Hmm.
price closes above here, now we have new structure.
I understand. So in a sense, if it continues to stay where it should be and goes back down, you're looking at it going all the way down to the bottom of the black area in a sense.
Yes, because technically
Got
it should
it.
be coming down to here.
I
If
see.
it's going to respect this structure, it should be coming back down to this zone here.
Yeah. Even though it's on the 1 hour, it does seem like it's a going. It's the same structure. Like you see how it peaked at the bottom of that 0 fib. It should go back to it, like you said. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I see it.
Yep. Any questions on that? Now, I will say, you never know. We might go from here to here to here to here. Like it may bounce for weeks, right? And then come down and then shoot up. We just never know. But if you know how to trade, this is whenever I say don't trade the consolidation, but if you know market structure and you know how to trade, you can trade from this zone back to this zone, back to this zone, back to this, like all day because there's some demand, like you say right here, there's imbalances and things in there. So if price doesn't break this high, price has to break this low first. If price does not close above this high right here, price has to close below here before I look for a sell. That makes sense. Comprende?
Yep.
It
Okay.
makes sense.
Yep. So I kind of want price to come up here and close, to be honest. Because then this will be my swing low.
So you prefer to close above?
Yes. Because then my swing low won't have to be all the way here.
That's true.
My swing low, I can move this line right here from there up
Yeah.
to here.
So that's the swing low you had just before right now.
Yep.
Is that where you would set your, I guess, take profits? If it went like not take profit, but what I mean is
You mean
if
if
it's
it's selling back down?
yeah, if it's going back down, yeah, would you that be your take profit?
If wait a minute, the question is, did it break this high first? If it broke this high first, are you asking
No,
that?
no, 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 no. I know when it
Because I'm
breaks that
not.
high. Yeah, when it breaks
When
that high, it
when it
won't be
starts
that. Yeah.
pulling, back, I'm not selling it.
Oh, okay, you're waiting for so if it bounces back, what I'm saying, it doesn't break that line that you marked up the lines in the black zone. You're not gonna go in for a sell.
Only if price close above this high. That
Okay,
makes sense.
okay, because I thought when price goes above that high, we would wait for the pullback, then go for the sell. Isn't that what you said initially? When price
Right.
goes above,
But
yeah.
if price doesn't break above this high, that means price can come back anywhere, like you said, in these one of these imbalances and then start going bullish.
Hmm. So in a sense, you wouldn't trade to that imbalance because that's not you how you
No,
trade. You don't
nope,
do it.
nope,
So
nope. That
fair
means
enough.
I have to be sitting and watching. No, mm-mm, mm,
So that's definitely not a set it forget kind of trade, I guess.
no,
Okay, fair enough.
nope.
That one you got to be on the charts at
That
least.
is what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm preferring that price breaks above here because then I can move my swing low here. And then if price shit gives me a market structure shift, then I'm gonna look for the supply zone. I'm gonna set my limit, and then I'm going to bed. Hmm. And as you can see here, I have this alert set for a 4 hour um, bar close candle. So now that this is tapped into this line right here, The 4 hour alert, it's gonna give me an alert at the fourth hour. I'll come back, I'll look at it, I'll see, I'll go to my 1 hour, I'll see if price has closed above or if it just wicked and maybe closed below. Right now, seven. Wait a minute, why does this candle say it has 5 minutes and 27 seconds? That's not right. Am I on the wrong time zone? No. Wait a minute. Why does it say it has 5 minutes and 20 and 13 seconds? Oh, duh, because I'm on a 1 hour time frame, not the 4 hour time frame. Okay. Okay. That makes sense. Okay, so in 1 hour and 4 minutes, I'm gonna get an alert. In 1 hour and 4 minutes, I'm gonna come to my chart, look and see what it's showing me, and then I can go back, go to my 1 hour, see what's going on. I'm not taking a sell until price shows me what it wants to do. So it has to either break above, close candle, shift structure, then I'll get in on the pullback to sell it down. And then once I get on the pullback to sell it down, I'm not even worried about these order blocks. I mean, these imbalances. Because all I know is if it breaks, shift structure, come back, it's probably the imbalance is only are only place setters to where my pullback is going to start. But it doesn't matter because once I close below here and I have my alert set and I get an alert that price closed below a 4 hour, I'm back to a 4 hour now. 1 hour has been showing out. Okay. A 1 hour close below just not working for me. But I'm gonna do a 4 hour close below. And then once I get on the chart, I'm gonna look for a 1 hour supply zone and then I'll look for a 15-minute supply zone. I'm gonna set it and then forget it. Let it go. Let it do whatever it's gonna do. You have to trust your process. You have to have a process and then you have to trust that process.
Okay, so after the pullback, Kim, like you said,
Hmm.
when would you set the limit, or how would you set your limit in the set your limit order?
You're saying if this became my swing low,
Yeah, yeah, like we just mentioned right now.
same thing. I'm looking for the
So
bullish
after,
move. If this goes bearish,
hmm
looking for my supply zone. So say these two candles are my supply zone. Let me just go to the 15-minute. Let's see. All right. So I would be looking for um the last up. Say if this is the last up candle, right? After price shifted this structure,
hmm
I'm going to mark up this zone and I'm going to set my limit and I'm going to cover. I'm going to do 20 pips. And that might even be too much at that point, but I'm gonna do it. We're gonna do it. And then I would just take it down to, you can take it down to,
the swing low.
if this shifts, yeah, you can take it down to this swing low. You can always do 100 pips.
hmm
Now, it might come down here and then take out some of those lows, but you can always do 100. Or if you want to just take it down here to the next zone, it may take a few days, it might take a week. depending on how the candles are pushing. But that's because technically, like I said, as long as if price doesn't break this high, you can really, if you wanted to. No, I would say take it to the next zone. Take it to the next zone because you want to build the liquidity. You want to strengthen your psychology. You want to start trusting your analysis. So just take it from one zone to the next. And technically, I don't care how many pips are from one zone to the next zone because you can build your account with 50 pips. ICT builds his account with 20 pips. I didn't know that until recently, but I was shocked. Okay, just to say the least, I was shocked.
He
So,
must have a lot of capital then.
uh,
I was gonna say he must have a lot of capital. 20 pips is all he needs. Yeah, that or a lot of patience.
I did not know. I did not know he was doing 20 pips.
Yeah, his risk management must be crazy. 20 pips? He does not like losing.
But I hear he loses a lot.
Okay, maybe that's why he does 20 pips.
Yeah, right. That's why he's only going to do 20 pips.
That's probably why he
I
does
don't
20 pips.
I don't know if he does market structure. I don't know.
ICT? I
Yeah.
don't know either. I think it looked like I don't. It looked like some of his videos he has an idea of it, but I don't think he explains it. It
Oh,
seems like he just skips over it.
yeah. Yeah.
When I was watching stuff, he more or less was into the order blocks and gaps and balances when I was watching him from the first few
Okay.
episodes.
Okay.
I was gonna say though, Kim, just a quick question in
Yes.
regards to what we just did right now.
Yes.
So in order to see the cell, I'm just trying to figure out just to clarify. I'm sorry if I keep repeating myself, but
No problem.
after it goes to the pullback, like we said, if it broke that supply zone, which is what we just did right now, after it goes into that pullback, would it go? We're waiting for that to go back down again, or what is it exactly we're waiting for? I'm
You
just trying
mean
to tell.
this right here?
Yeah, so once it breaks the above,
Once
that's gonna be indicator that it's gonna keep going up, right? But if it stays and it doesn't break it, it's an indicator it's gonna go back down, right? Let's start with that question.
if it stay, yeah, if it and I want to say that it might have closed. No, maybe not.
No, this new candle is forming, not yet. We just wait.
Okay. Yeah, I want to say so it's in my zone. So and the one thing I didn't mention is once you get to a zone, a key level,
Mhm.
you just kind of just like sit on your hands and watch what price does. Because technically, we know that this is really our swing high. This is really our swing high right here, right?
Yeah, it hasn't broken that yet, which she
Oh.
marked.
So, and it may not tap it. If we're creating lower highs, right? High, pull back, lower high. If we're creating lower highs,
That is more, yeah.
it and maybe it'll wick it. I don't know, but technically it shouldn't.
So if it respects structure and does not, and it stays as a lower high, would it, once it continues on the down, I guess, and if it respects structure, would you basically just go in for the sell, or you wait for a pullback then go for the sell? This is what I'm trying to figure out.
I'm going to
Which is
always
what
wait for the pullback.
always wait for the pullback.
I'm
Got it.
gonna always wait for the pullback. Yeah.
Because that's a
I
better
know it's
confirmation.
coming. I know it's coming back. That's the one thing I
Mhm.
know for sure. It's gonna come back. So even if I set my alert for a 4 hour, even if I get a 4 hour order block right here, if I get a
Mhm.
4 hour order block, I already know that price is gonna pull back and sell. And this is so I'll show that to you in a little bit. This is so crazy. So even you see this little candle right here closed below. It closed below my zone, right?
Yeah.
And it pulled back to this one closed below the zone. it pulled back to the zone and sold to the next zone. Like
Yeah,
it is clockwork.
it always pulls back. So once it pulls back, how do you know when the pullback is done? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Because what if
Once
it just doesn't
once
like
I get
stop?
the shift, so I'm
Mm,
on the daily, so it doesn't look like right,
yeah, it doesn't. Okay, I understand.
but um, but once I get the market structure shift, it's coming. Like I'm telling you, it's coming back.
I'm just wondering after the pullback, which you know it's going to happen, like you said. When
Mhm.
do you know? When do you know when to go in for the sell after that pullback? Because what if it just? What
I
if like
get-
that's what I'm trying to clarify? Yeah.
Once I get the market structure shift,
Okay.
once I get the market structure shift, I'm setting the limit. As long you just got to know your structure. You got to know price. If price doesn't close above here and then shifts gives you a shift in structure, I know I will put the money on it. I know for a fact and that's why that I'm telling you, that is why I drill market structure.
hmm
Because if price breaks this high, then that's a whole nother story.
Yeah, that means it should be going back up, hypothetically speaking.
Like pull back and then keep buying
hmm Okay.
and then sell from here.
Yeah, possibly. So in a sense, what I was trying to get clarified is that when the price, I guess, pulls back,
Mhm.
where would you expect, just to get a clarification, where would you expect to go in for the sell after, like in terms of the pull after the pullback, when the market structure shifts, right? In a sense, I just
So
want to see how that looks
once
like for you.
once it shifts,
Okay, let's see how it
oh,
looks like. That's
okay,
all.
hold on. Let me find one. Let me find one.
Please, if once I see, that's all I need to see, and then I understand it better.
Um, Hold on.
Appreciate this, Kim. Wednesday is my off day, so I do like to
Oh, well,
attend
that's
these.
good. Good.
Yeah, that's why I have enough time to sit in here and enjoy it.
And ask all your questions.
Of course, yeah.
Absolutely. Hold on.
No rush.
Okay. Um, all right. So let's go. You're saying when it pulls back. Okay. Let's say, for instance, right here. Oops. Let's say, for instance, right? Okay. So price pullback. Now, this is my high, right? Price did not close above there. So it didn't do what I would be looking like. I would be looking for price to close above, break this internal, and then pull back to start selling. It did not close above, right?
Yeah.
But this was the
Exactly.
last, let me turn this off. But this was the last internal structure here.
hmm
Price broke this internal structure right here first. I would have expected it to pull back, but because I didn't get the break above, you just don't know what's gonna happen, right? But then price pulled back and broke structure again. And where did it pull back to? Like once I get the break of structure, I just mark up my zone. And then I mark up my swing low. Once I get that break of structure, I'm marking up my zone. This zone was already tapped into. So, and it can always come back, right? But then here's another zone right here. And but there's another zone right here
Mhm.
where price pulled back into. Now you have this break of structure, and then these are your swing lows, right? Where's your supply zone?
It's right there.
Right there.
Yeah, I see it.
Now you have this break of structure. Where's my next supply zone? You have one here. You have these internal ones here, but this would be the one I would want price to come back to.
Yeah, because that seems like it's the swing high of that structure, no?
Yes.
Okay,
And
that's and
because
that's where you mark your supply zones. Okay, I get that part. All
and
right.
when price doesn't come back and then starts breaking structure again, right?
Mhm.
You can mark up your this is my
Last
last
one.
up it's my last up candle before my down move. So once price broke, I don't know if this would be considered the break. Let me see. I need my magnet for this one. And then I'm gonna zoom in just to see. So did this close below? I don't know.
Mm.
It looks like this. Let's see. The uh, the close is at 330016, 300304. So it did close below, right? This candle
Yeah.
closed below these. So now we've already marked up the zone, right?
Hmm.
Price pulled back into it and sold.
Yeah, I see that.
Once you get here, the only one I can see right now is this one here. Did price pull back into it? No. So as you're getting farther and farther away from the zones that didn't get pulled back into, because now this pushed back, this is the next level of structure.
Yeah.
So once this daily close, once you had this break right here, you can mark up your zone here. And if you want to wait for price, you can. If you want to just set it, give yourself enough room for I forgot where I put it. Give yourself enough room for
It was
stop
in like
loss.
20. It was a while back.
No.
You talking about what we just marked? That was a while back. Like
Yeah. I just
that
went
was like
back let's see. No, that's it. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Let's see. Let me go back to the 4 hour. There we go.
it was in 2022. It was a while back.
Here we go. Right,
Okay.
right here. So if you want to, because I went from the daily to the 1 hour, so it was so once
Yeah.
I broke, it pulled back, and although it kind of closed above here, but and you're looking at your internal structure, right? Push up here, push up here, pull back, push up here. Okay.
Hmm.
And there's actually, no, there wasn't. Never mind. And then this started breaking structure.
Yeah, that's a breaker structure because
So,
it closed below the last swing low.
yeah. So, um, yeah. So you, even though it broke above here and we're still bearish, This could have been a buy back up to there, but once it started shifting structure again, now you just, let me go back to the daily. Now you just have to look at the next structure. So once price broke, there was structure here. But as you can see, if you look at the bigger time frame, price broke this structure. And you know, once you get a break of structure, you're going to get the pullbacks. So as this was going down and broke this level of structure, we know that at some point, especially once we got this wick, at some point, we're going back up. We're going to break all of this.
Mhm.
And that is why you have to look at the higher time frame first. I don't look at higher time frame as in Todd looks at higher time frame. Um, but I look at higher time frame to identify the big picture. And the big picture is saying there was a push down, there was a pullback. There was a push down, there was a pullback. There was a push down, there was a pullback, and then there was a push down, right? That's bigger picture. And every time you get a break of a swing high or a swing low, price is going to give you a pullback to take it up to your take it up to or down to your 78 or 88, right? So this was the last down move. Price tapped at 78. It didn't break structure because this is your higher time frame swing high. This is your swing low, but it broke structure, tapped into the 78, pulled back. It pulled back to a 78 or 88, pull back to your 88, right? And then bought all the way to, and this is a prime example. Price is probably going to buy up to this 20 negative 27. Well, maybe not. It might. Price might buy up to this negative 27 before it gives a pullback to one of these um demand zones. Just FYI. Now that I see that, now that I just talked that out, that's probably what it's going to do. This because of this fib. Or did it tap to 7? Did it tap to negative 27? Nope, not yet. So
So
this demand zone
sorry.
price probably tapped into this demand zone and it's probably going up higher. Now that I see it. Now that I see it, that's what I'm seeing. Now that I see it, that's what I'm seeing. Now, it could still sell, right? Like we have this weekly that's up here now. Price has to pull back and will likely pull back to this weekly can the this weekly high and then start buying up. Just I'm just calling it like I see it. And as you
Okay.
can, and you see how price broke above this zone, and what did it do? Pulled back to the zone and straight to the next zone, all in 1 week. Actually, all of these are weekly, from one zone to the next zone in a week. This is in the middle. This was in the middle. This one was from one zone to the next zone to zone, past the zone. This one is zone to zone, zone to the zone. So yeah, zones are also levels of support and resistance are also. That's why I say I respect them very much so. I respect the support and resistance. I do.
So in a sense, you're saying it on base of the weekly analysis right now, it's gonna keep buying up the price long term.
No, I
Yes.
think it's going to pull back. I do think it's going to pull back.
Mhm.
But I think,
Back to that demand zone, I think, or
remember I
maybe
said if it
sometimes.
closes above here, then I'm definitely looking for more buys.
Mhm.
So if it closes above here, I'll be looking for it to pull back into here, fell back down to here, and then push up some more.
Okay, and what if it didn't close above that supply zone you marked?
If it does not close
Yeah.
above, but closes above this high, but close right here, and then shift structure, then I'm going to be looking for the sales to keep going down to here.
Okay. So the second this market structure shift occurs, which is after the pullback, I think, that's when we look for sales right after it breaks that market structure.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, now I'm starting to understand the pullback because I was trying to figure out when you go in for a buy or sell after the pullback. It's the breaker structure and market
I
structure
I
shifts, right?
I I go in for the sell once I see the shift or break of structure,
Yeah,
and
that's when you go
I
in for a
mark,
buy or sell.
and then I mark up my supply demand zone
Mhm.
and go in from there.
Okay, because I was trying to figure out after seeing a pullback, what's the next
I
step?
don't even look for the pullback. I just once I see the break of structure, or market structure shift, I immediately mark up my supply and demand. It may take a few days to get there. It might even take
Mm-hmm.
a week,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm going to mark up the zone, mark up my supply demand zone, and I'm going to let it play out. I'm going it's 9 times out of 10, it's going to put me in and take me where I want it to go.
Mm-hmm.
As a matter of fact, what I want to do is mark this as my swing high. Put my magnet back on. Swing high. So that I will know. Oh no, I don't want to delete that one yet. So that I will know, but I can delete that. And I still have that one. And you see this, if it closes above here, it's probably going to this demand zone. I mean, supply zone. It's probably going to go up here, shift structure, wherever that may be, and then sell down to, I would take it to this supply zone. I mean, demand zone. Or when I went down to the 15-minute, one of these two green zones right here that I had marked up. But I would take my profit right here. Because this one was already mitigated, so I really don't need that. That makes sense? Did that make sense?
Yes, boss lady. I knew you'd like that.
It's better than Mike. Is he on here? No, he's not on here. Asking me to be his sugar mama.
That's that's crazy.
Insane.
He's funny. Ay, ay, ay. This was good though.
Mhm.
Well, man.
I appreciate this. This was helpful.
Good, good, good.
Really helpful. I appreciate it.
Good, good, good. I thought I heard somebody
Yeah,
asking a question. Did wisdom? Hey, wisdom.
yeah,
Are you in the
yeah.
bed? Are you in the
Or
Are you in the bed? Are you asleep?
on the no, no. I've been watching what you were doing.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yes.
Sometimes time frame hopping could be kind of a problem to beginner like me.
Time frame.
So
Wait a minute. Say that again. Time frame. What?
hopping from time frame to time frame.
Okay.
So on the 4 hour, the reversal, the correction movement on the 4 hour, we can see the can identify the structure on those 4 hour, and we'll see that kind of the four. This is what I see on the 4 hour, right?
So on the 4 hour right now, this is our high, right?
Mm-hmm.
This high has been swept right here. This high has swept this high.
Mm-hmm.
If I see a bearish order block, so I'm on the 4 hour. If I get a 4 hour bearish, if it just swept the high and I get a 4 hour bearish order block, breaking these lows, it might even come back and tap into retest this zone somewhere within this candle here, right? Might even pull back here. I'm going to look for a supply zone. It has to be an order block with a an imbalance.
Heavy.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then I'm gonna sell it back down to here.
You didn't really get what I'm saying. I
No.
just need clarity
Yes.
on what I want to ask now. Just if you
Ask
could
it.
just please.
Ask it again.
On the 4 hour, this is the structure that I can see on the 4 hours, kind of different from the 1 hour. And
Oh, wait a
you
minute.
will
Hold on.
always say,
Hold on. Let me zoom it in so we can see all the structure. There you go. Sorry
okay,
about that.
no problem, madam.
There you go.
So, on the 4 hour, you we see a little bit different swings in structure. Like this is the shift. Okay, no, sorry. This is the shift. Did you
Yep.
shift? Did the
Yep.
candle? And we see this structure like this on the 4 hour.
Yep.
I don't know if you count this as swing. Do you count it as swing?
Yes.
Looking at it,
Yes.
okay. Let's see. Let's say this, and this is the high. So this becomes the swing low,
So
swing
you have
high,
here,
and
here.
the break of
Yep.
structure.
Yep.
When we go to the 1 hour, we see more kind of we see kind of, should I call it, multiple structures.
You'll
So when
go ahead.
do you get me?
Yeah, I'm
So
listening.
when we do this, which one are we taking? Because you said the higher time frame has more strength than the lower time frame, right? And 4 hours is kind of a big picture, right?
But
To the 1 hour.
but this is still your 4 hour structure right here, right? This is the
Mm,
last swing currently. If price breaks above, if price closes above this, because this was your high that you have marked up, right?
mm,
So if price closes above here, then your new swing low is here. The price has to close above your high first. And then once price close above your high and then market structure shift to the downside.
Mm-hmm.
So that means if price closes, you had this pullback and then you had this close above somewhere,
Okay.
right? So now this is
Yeah.
your last swing.
Yeah.
So you need this shift in structure, pull back to then sell it down to here. That makes
Why would you sell it down? It, yeah, it makes sense to me. But what if it is 4 hour? Because this structure was not clear on the 4 hour. What if it becomes kind of
no. So
so?
this is not structure yet. I'm saying if price closes above this high, then it'll be
Yeah,
your structure.
yeah.
But right now it's not. It's this right here. This is the structure. And if price closes up here, if you get a closed candle up here,
Mm-hmm.
right,
Yeah.
above this high, then you have a new structure formed. This came here, this pulled back, and then this pushed up here. So you have new structure.
But on the 1 hour, it maybe sometimes this structure on
Even
the 4 hour won't be clear.
even on the 4 hour, if
You
you
can.
on the 4 hour is still right now, this is your high. This is our high right here. If this candle closes above this high, it is structure.
Wow.
And
Honest.
I'm saying that because price went, came up here, came here, right? It pulled back and then price broke. If this candle closes above and then it broke and then it closed here, that's the new structure. And if you don't see it on the 4 hour, but this candle has to close first. We have to wait for this candle to close. Okay. And we have to wait for the candle. So I have an alert on this high right here. Let's see if I can zoom in. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Let me zoom, zoom, zoom. So I have I have a an alert on this swing high right here, right? And every edit. So this is a 4 hour alert. Whenever the candle closes, I'm going to get the alert. If the candle closes above this high, then my structure went from here to here to here, or wherever it closes, right? And once that happens, then I'm going to move my line or my swing low and see if price then breaks the swing low, give me a market structure shift for the pullback. And the reason why I'm looking for price, and you see this is the swing high over here. This is the higher time frame swing high. This is the structure that was formed here, pullback, here, pullback. So I'm not expecting price to break above, but if it does, then I know I have to shift my thought process to buy. Because remember, I don't know if you heard me earlier. For me, for Todd, this was a market structure shift here. For me, this was the market structure shift here. So for me, everything from here to where price shifted, and then the highest point of between the two is right here. This is my swing. This right here is my swing. So
I, I see all of that.
on the daily, we had two supply zones. We had this zone here, and then we have this one here. So I would be looking for, if price keeps going, I would not be surprised, and then I would look for a sell from here. That makes sense. Wisdom?
Yeah, yeah. So I could say you could use the 1 hour at time instead of the four. You could just use the 1 hour and 4 hour in interchangeably, right?
The the market structure shift, 1 hour.
No, when it comes to looking for the internal of the daily,
Oh,
you
uh-huh.
could use the 1 hour or the 4 hour. I would just say likely the 1 hour, right?
I'm gonna say use the 1 hour. You'll probably, because I my eye is trained to see like this this is a pullback. Like I don't need to go down to the 1 hour to see it, but you
Mm.
will see it clearer. It will be clearer to you um
On the,
on the 1 hour.
okay.
So like I can see that this was a push up and then this pull back and then this push up and then this pull back and then this push up, right? I can see that on the daily. But
Mm.
until you train your eyes, you just go down a time frame until you can see it clearer, right? So clear on the 1 hour, this here, and then this was a pullback, and then this went all the way up here. And we had a little pullback, and then it broke, pullback, broke, pullback, broke. So that's where we are right now. I'm waiting to see what the 4 hour candle gives me.
Okay.
Yep. So, um, as I was telling Christina earlier, there's no need to sit on the chart. Set your alerts. And did I just erase my alert? Hold on. Oh, no, I didn't. Set your alerts like this right here. I have this alert set right here. So once the candle closes, I can then hop on the chart to see what's going on. And it's either going to close above or it's going to um, sweep and show me something else different. Maybe it'll give a double top or something. But for me, this double top means that price could just pull back into this structure and then keep going. But a closed candle above these highs for me means that price is giving me structure and could pull back and keep going. Right? It don't even have to come back this far because it showed me that it is going to keep going higher when and or if it breaks above these highs. So we shall see what happens. Okay.
Yeah.
I have to head out, Kim. I
Uh,
appreciate this.
All right.
Thank you.
I'm about to wrap it up myself.
Okay, well, thank you guys. I'll listen to the rest of it if
All right.
needed.
All righty.
Appreciate it. Have a good weekend, I guess, or a good race of week. Bye,
Thank
guys.
you too. Wisdom, did you have any other questions?
No, not for now. But if I do, I'll let you know on the on the beginners.
Okay.
Yeah.
Feel free to ask if you have any questions. Who else is on here?
Okay.
Darren, do you have any other questions? Mr. Dan, do you have any other questions?
Um, Not at all. Thank you so much, Kim. I mean, it's been very helpful, the lecture so far. Really appreciate.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Same here. I appreciate you.
You're
I'm gonna
welcome.
review the I'm gonna review the video. I'm quite sure I'll have some questions, but not at
Okay.
this time.
Okay. All right, y'all. Y'all know y'all feel free to ask. I did tell somebody that we're probably going to do another beginners group. So once we start another beginners group, this one will be done. But I did say September. However, I'm not going to just kick y'all out. Like I'm going to keep going until I know that until I know that y'all have it down. Okay?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Makes a lot of sense.
So, all right, well, that's it for today. I will
Okay.
see
All
Thank you,
right.
you.
madam.
See you.
Yeah.
All right. Take care.
Bye-bye.